Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development 2024, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 77 years of independence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030. As part of awareness and campaigns, in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India, Sri Research Institute Center for Arts, Sciences, and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations. Today, we are commemorating World Pneumonia. Today we are commemorating World Pneumonia Day, which is commemorated on every November 12th, and like every year, it is dedicated to spread awareness among people to understand the need to stand together and demand action in fight against the disease. Pneumonia is the world's biggest infectious killer of children and adults. On average, it alone kills more children than the combined mortality rate caused by AIDS, measles, and malaria. It is the lack of oxygen in the lungs that makes us realize how important oxygen is to our bodies and makes lung healthy a priority worldwide. This World Pneumonia Day, we look forward to coming together to understand how crucial oxygen is for us and what can be done in our fight against pneumonia, since respiratory ailments are quite prominent now, and this World Pneumonia Day even more relevant. The Global Coalition Against Child Pneumonia observed the first World Pneumonia Day in 2009. Their aim was to bring the facts of the severity of pneumonia to public knowledge and to join hands to bring global attention to the neglected condition of pneumonia. The day was observed within general motto, Healthy Lungs for All, and this has been maintained since the first World Pneumonia Day in 2009. Additions to the motto themed around running campaigns included to provide enough protection against the disease and to make treatment centers accessible to the people suffering from the disease. This year, in which first World Pneumonia Day was observed, it was killing approximately 12 million children each year. Within 4 years of observing this day at an international and global scale, in 2013, World Health Organization and UNICEF launched an integrated global action plan for the prevention and control of pneumonia and diarrhea. In the next 4 years, in the efforts to establish as much control over pneumonia and diarrhea, the first public-private partnership to support governments achieve the Global Action Plan for Pneumonia and Diarrhea, GAPPD in short, was made under the name Every Breath Counts. Other than this, several other initiatives have also been taken at various levels to counter the attacks made by pneumonia which still acts as a major infectious killer of children and adults. Pneumonia surfaces as leading cause of death due to infectious diseases and overall the third leading reason for their deaths in late 1800s and early 1900s, known as the winter flu. The first treatment of pneumonia is introduced, which reduces the mortality rate from 25 to 75% in 1913. The first antibacterial agent by the name sulfapyridine is invented and is used to treat the bacterial pneumonia contracted by Winston Churchill in 1930. Although the vaccine could only prevent a few causes of disease, it paves way for the introduction of the second vaccination in the year 2000, which prevents most types of the disease in 1970s. World Pneumonia Day, marked every year on 12th November, was raised to advocate for global action to protect against, help prevent, and effectively treat this deadly illness. The Pneumonia Diagnosis Project is working to identify the most accurate and acceptable devices for use by frontline health workers in remote places in Cambodia, Ethiopia, South Sudan, and Uganda. Many countries across Africa, Asia, and Latin America battle pneumonia. So let's talk about pneumonia and put a pearl ribbon on your shirt and explain the meaning of the ribbon to those who ask. Talk about this disease in your circle. You never know, there might be someone in need of help, which you may be providing to them. Talk about disease in your circle because there might be someone in need to help that you could provide to them. Join the local health bodies or medical organizations and participate in their campaigns to spread awareness about the effect of this disease and how more effort needs to be made to prevent it. Be an anonymous donor to a pneumonia patient, spend some money as a donation, and give it to your local clinic or hospital where there are patients with the disease. Encourage others to do the same, help save a life. There is not just one cause of pneumonia. Scientists and doctors have said that pneumonia can be caused by bacteria or fungi, or both simultaneously. It can be caused by simply breathing in the food we eat or inhaling dust or any smallest toxin in the air, which can cause disease in the human body. Doctors have now said that the children who regularly fed on mother's milk had greater immunity. And so, even if they are contracted with pneumonia, had a greater chance of fighting the disease and recovering from it. So, breastfeeding helps in fighting against it. In 2017, 15% of the children died of pneumonia. Around 608 around 8 lakhs 8,694 children died because of this disease, and this accounts for 15% of all deaths in children under 5 years of age. Pneumonia can be caused by fungi or bacteria or possibly both, but for the treatment to be effective, diagnosing the cause is critical. Pneumonia has more than 30 different causes. Recently, there has been 75% rise in the overall number of pneumonia cases globally. Lung health seriously compromised. Pneumonia is extremely dangerous. It starts off as a mild flu, but it can quickly develop into a life-threatening disease. And still, there are only a few genuine treatment options that are available for pneumonia. It will only be through our combined efforts that international health bodies will take matters seriously and stop neglecting the disease. Many people are ignorant about the seriousness of treating pneumonia in the early stages of the disease. As mentioned above, knowing what caused the disease in the first place is as crucial as the treatment itself. There are different combinations of antibiotics available for the treatment and different vaccinations too for prevention, but they need to be made accessible to the average man. Our future exists in our upcoming generations. We need to make effort, if not for us. then for our children so that they grow up healthy and free from disease. Our efforts today will pave the way for advancements in treatment options for the disease in the future. Today we are commemorating Get Outdoors Week in New Zealand from November 12 to 20, which is observed this year and is aimed at getting New Zealanders to spend time in the great outdoors. New Zealand is one of the most beautiful countries, the backdrop for the Lord of Rings and the Hobbit trilogies. The Pacific country has a building outdoor recreational community ranging from triathletes and hikers to mountaineers and surfers. Edmund Hillary, one of the first men to reach the summit of Mount Everest, came from New Zealand. Get Outdoors Week encourages citizens to reignite that spark of travel and adventure within them. New Zealand's beautiful shores have always been dotted with the pearls of exploration and adventure. The ancestors of Maori, New Zealand's indigenous people, were expert navigators, sailors, and canoe builders. They used rising and setting points of stars and planets as markers during their sea voyages. By day, the sun was their guide. At night, they relied on the stars, the direction of the wind, and the swell of the ocean tide. Abel Tasman was the first European to sight the island in 1642. Tasman and his fellow Dutchmen hoped that this new land would offer trade opportunities, but after a violent encounter with the native Maori people, Tasman left without going ashore. In 1769, British explorer Lieutenant James Cook also sighted the island, making landfall in the Poverty Bay 2 days after his discovery. Cook's initial encounter with the Maori was also bloody, but he managed to map out the island in detail and document the indigenous people who lived on it. So, Get Outdoors Week started in 2020 as a project between New Zealand tourism, recreation, and safety organizations to promote outdoor recreational activities. This day is led by Recreation Etoria, a charitable organization representing all professionals in the outdoor recreational industry. They deliver quality experiences and facilities. The first Get Outdoor Weeks took place between November 14th and November 24th. So, though he would not complete the journey, Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan masterminds the first worldwide voyage in 1590. Gorgeous Mary Hard and Louis Ordon Debril became the first explorers to cross the Sahara by car. The first miles of the Appalachian Trail opens in New York State in 1923. Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay became the first explorers to summit Mount Everest in 1950. The phrase the great outdoors is an idiom collectively describing all outdoor spaces and natural settings used for outdoor recreational activities. Engaging in outdoor activities improves your health and fitness, boosts your concentration, and helps you unplug from daily grind. The peaceful setting of the outdoors reduces stress levels, lowering blood pressure, muscle tension, and heart rate. Cycling is a beautiful way to explore your environment while burning some calories right through the memorable landscapes for incredible views and charming scenery. Like cycling, hiking is another fun way to take in the beauty of nature. Around hiking gives you the time to be alone with your thoughts in a peaceful atmosphere. You can take your time studying the environment and enjoying the nature. Camping is still one of the best outdoor experiences. You can get to engage with nature and wildlife on a deeper level, away from the hustle and bustle of the system. City life, you will appreciate the little things like fireside chats and dinners in the company of friends. So 80% of outdoor enthusiasts wish they had more time with nature. You will wish you had more time. The most popular outdoor activities are biking, camping, bird watching, and trail running. Outdoor activities contribute over $700 billion to the US economy each year. Around 6 million Americans are employed in the outdoor recreation industry, more than in construction, education,
And he has also worked with this is really a very interesting. It's traveling. So Bharat's intention is that memory travels between persisting culture and historical periods and between academic communities. How does the travel come up with travel? Travel to go from one place to place.
Today is also commemorated as American Fancy Rat and Mouse Day. In US, you may wonder why people celebrate these dirty and disease-carrying creatures like of the world's population. These aren't those disease-carrying rodents. Fancy rats and mice are adorable and very smart rodents that anyone would love to have in their home. This fancy and rat mouse are domesticated brown rat and house mouse, respectively. They are intelligent, affectionate, and ideal pets, particularly for children. They don't require as much attention and care as dogs, cats, or rabbits. Many people dislike rats and mice because they mostly destroy property and cause diseases. However, lab rats and mice are exceptions. All rats and mice are not the same. Thus, we should treat the fancy rat and mouse differently. These animals are intelligent and adorable. Moreover, they are clean. Rat fancy, as a formal organized hobby, began on October 24th, 1901, when a woman named Mary Douglas requested permission to bring her pet rats to an exhibition to the National Mouse Club at Aylesbury Town Show in England. So, the American Fancy Rat and Mouse Association, AFRMA, promotes these animals as a good pets for everyone. AFRMA is a non-profit international club founded in 1983. It aims to promote and encourage the breeding and exhibition of fancy rats and mice. To achieve this, organization educates the public on the positive qualities of fancy rats and mice as companion animals and provides information on their proper care. Competitive shows similar to dog, cat, and rabbit shows are held 4 times a year in Southern California. The animals undergo training in certain things, thus, judges evaluate them based on official standards for each type of mouse or rat. AFRMA does not only organize a friendly competition with animals, but also has pet shows and information booths. These shows are for pets only, with fun classes for animals, regardless of their physical qualities. Fancy Rat and Mouse Day is a day where you should shed off your stigma for rats and mice and get to appreciate the fancy rats and mouse for their intelligence and adorability. The American Rat and Mouse Association, AFRMA, is born in 1983. The first AFRMA competition features rats and mice in 1984. The American Fancy Rat and Mouse Association celebrates 10 years of its existence in 1993. The organization achieves 20 years of AFRMA competition in 2004. Wild rats have a short lifespan of less than a year, whereas fancy rats enjoy the perks of human care and can survive for 2 or 3 years. With finer facial features, larger ears, and a longer tail, fancy rats are often smaller and more delicate looking than their wild cousins. Rats and mice are gregarious animals that live in groups or couples. They should be kept with other animals of their species. Rats and mice should not be housed together. Separate males and females to avoid unwanted breeding. Many believe that the Dumbo rat is the friendliest rat breed. It is a great opportunity to sit at home with some popcorn and soda, just enjoy the entertainment provided by competing rats and mice. As they win medals and trophies, you can become better acquainted with these beautiful creatures and get more comfortable around them. Exhibit your fancy rat pet at display event organized by American Fancy Rat and Mouse Association and show people just how adorable your favorite pet is. It is a wonderful experience to have if you love fancy rats and small, really cute animals. Rats and mice can't throw up. The anatomy of their stomach makes it practically impossible for them to throw up, hence the reason they are picky with their food. The courtyard of the Institute of Cytology and Genetics in Novosibirsk in Russia houses a bronze mouse measuring about 6 feet. Rats have an incredible sense of smell. Their sense of smell is only second to elephants and a long way ahead of humans. Mice are clean, tidy, and organized. Mice have specific areas for sleeping, storing food, and going to toilet in their burrows. The mellowed and beloved Mickey Mouse was the world's first animated mouse and gave a good reputation to mice all over the world. So, with the stigma against rats and mice in general, the day helps to educate people. This way, more people can have fancy rats and mice as pets in their homes. We love animals and are excited that rats and mice are given a day when they are celebrated. The display shows and competitions make us even prouder of our beautiful furry friends and allows us to showcase that amazing creatures they are. So with this, we shall end today's commemorations. Thank you everyone for joining us. We request everyone to quickly fill the feedback form, which has been raised in the form of polls. See you all tomorrow at the same time. Take care. Good night.